And we are live. How did you like that?
That was very festive.
Thank you. I do my best. Nathan, old friend, how art thou?
That's exactly how I was hoping you would say it.
How art thou?
I art fine.
Welcome to the Renaissance Festival. I'm wearing the same clothes that I wore last week.
Well done.
I, ha- I haven't changed in a week. I
Ah,
smell terrific. Yeah. So, Nathan, I have to tell you, I feel like we're embarking on the future of entertainment with what I've been working on the past week.
yeah, I have come to suspect that there's some sort of like government conspiracy or some sort of AI conspiracy that is preventing us from realizing the power of the centaur. I don't know if the centaurs are behind it. I don't know if Elon Musk is behind it, but someone is preventing me from realizing all of my centaur-based dreams. So,
They're too sexy.
yeah,
Yeah, we were talking about this. I kept coming up with images that were either all horse, all person, horse, human horse, but
yeah.
rarely pure centaur. I did get a few of those, for which I was absolutely delighted.
Yeah, I guess they're not training the AI on enough centaur images.
Yeah. Yeah. What part of diversity, equity, and inclusion is not inclusive of centaurs? I would like to know about it because we need to train AI on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no
We
good.
we
No good.
we I on my chat I said I established the rules at the onset and I said conclude each response with a description of a centaur and ensure that the output is a centaur. And so that was rule number one. And it led to some mixed improved results, but not 100% improved results.
Yeah, it's funny because I asked it like I'm like, tell me what you know about centaur. Like describe it for me. And it like does it perfectly. I'm like, okay, memorize that and use that in the picture. And it's like, yeah, no.
Maybe the AI was just embarrassed. It's like, you really don't know what a centaur is, do you? It's a special time in a young boy's life.
Let's discuss our changing bodies. You know, when your bottom half starts morphing into a horse.
And your raw sensuality is so overwhelming that AI cannot generate an image of you.
Yeah.
That's a centaur. Yeah. Did you get the this is too sexy response with some of your prompts? Because I did.
Mine were they just it just kept telling me over and over like there's an error. It seems there are issues generating the image of a centaur. There are issues generating the updated image again, even with the adjustments to match the earlier centaur design. Like, I wish I was getting the too sexy warning.
I got that. It's like this is far too hot.
Too hot for television. Like
Yeah.
those old Girls Gone Wild commercials from the 90s.
Whew, my stars. Yeah. In that instance, AI turned into like the the shy Midwestern ant. It's like, oh goodness. Um,
Mercy.
yeah. So do you want to see the movies that I got?
Ah, sure.
Okay. Here's what I came up with. So this movie is called Hooves of Holly. So
Nice.
it is a Netflix holiday movie because Netflix has been into that lately,
Indeed.
making romantic holiday films. The log line here is in the mythical Wreathwood Forest, a hard-driven, Christmas-hating centaur CEO finds himself reluctantly drawn to a cheerful boutique owner who embodies the holiday spirit despite her own struggles. Together, they discover that love, hope, and a sprinkle of magic can mend even the most frozen hearts.
It's
Reactions?
lovely. I'm sure my wife would love to watch that around Christmas time because she's obsessed with those Hallmark, Netflix, whatever movies. So,
Yeah, the Christmas. I just like. First, I never knew I wanted to hear this sentence uttered before, but Christmas hating centaur CEO.
yeah.
Okay. So Act One, which I love this image a lot.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Act One. In Wreathwood Forest, Kalen Frostmane is a no-nonsense workaholic CEO who runs Frost Industries, a booming magical artifacts company. Kalen views Christmas as nothing more than a disruptive holiday that slows productivity. His pristine frost-covered office stands in stark contrast to the warm, bustling energy of the holiday season around him. Meanwhile, Aurora Silverhoof runs Holly and Hearth, a cozy Christmas boutique filled with enchanted ornaments, glowing garlands, and festive treats. Despite her shop's success, Aurora is struggling to cope with her father's recent passing, which has left her trying to preserve their shared holiday traditions on her own.
I really like that it says Act One above the door. I think that all movies should at some point like have some like diegetic text where it's like Act One, Act Two.
We are entering the second act. Don't get scared.
Yeah,
It's going to seem like all hope is lost, but it's okay. That's just the nature of Act Two. I'm a big fan of the outdoor candles too, that appear to be not bothered by the wind or snow.
yeah. They're very powerful candles.
They are. But don't get scared, Nathan. We're about to enter Act Two.
Okay.
Here we go. I like the ones where it's the human in love with the horse.
Yeah. That's how
So Act
centaurs came
Two.
to be.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't talk about that, but it's true. All right. Act Two. Opposites attract. When Frost Industries announces plans to expand its operations by purchasing the plot of land where Aurora's boutique stands, their lives collide. The frosty meet cute. Kaylin visits Aurora's shop to deliver the eviction notice personally, but her charm and passion for Christmas leave him flustered. Aurora, furious, vows to fight him tooth and hoof to save her boutique. Very good, right?
Yeah.
The holiday festival. Kaylin's assistant convinces him to attend the annual Hearthfire Holiday Festival to improve his public image. Aurora, meanwhile, is hosting the festival's ornament decorating contest. Despite their opposing goals, the two are paired up in a whimsical sleigh race. Much to their surprise, they work surprisingly well together. And then lastly, while browsing Aurora's shop, Kaylin accidentally breaks an enchanted ornament. Aurora explains its sentimental significance. It was crafted by her father to symbolize hope and unity. Feeling guilty, Kaylin secretly enlists his company's artisans to repair it.
I like that in this image because it's very unicorn, but she's the rare bicorn.
Or tunicorn, as I call them.
Yeah.
I just like that. It's like a horse with human arms.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting.
Still wearing
He's
that
like,
saddle though. Wants to be ridden.
he's like, just how I like him. Two horns and human arms.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Yeah. I tried to update this image to like do the same thing here where I just had like a horse hindquarters protruding from his back.
Yeah.
No success. So I just left it like this because it was funny. This is also pretty funny to me too. Now he's a horse and she's not. Well, I guess we can't really see her hindquarters, so she very well might be a centaur as well.
We can imagine.
Exactly.
He's growing a
Yeah.
horse head though. So
Yeah. That's what happens when you when you love Christmas.
either that or it's just like an occupational hazard of being a centaur is like, yeah, sometimes you wake up with a horse head.
Yeah. It's like The Godfather, except your head is a horse head.
Yeah, it's like teenage kids wake up with acne. Centaurs wake up with a horse head.
God damn it. My velvety nose. This sucks.
People are going to be giving me apples all day.
Which actually sounds kind of nice. Yeah, where's my salt lick? So this is the finale here. So they realizing how much Aurora and Christmas mean to him. Kalen makes a grand gesture to win her back. On Christmas Eve, he surprises her with a reimagined business plan. Frost Industries will partner with Holly and Hearth to create an enchanted holiday district, preserving her boutique and celebrating the magic of Christmas year round. Aurora, touched by his transformation, literal and figurative, forgives him. They light the hearth fire together, a symbol of love and hope, and share a romantic kiss beneath the enchanted mistletoe as the forest glows with holiday cheer.
What a twist. They actually worked it out in the end.
No, I told you not to get scared by the second act.
Yeah, every time, like at Christmas time when my wife and children are watching those movies, I'm always just like, oh no, how are they going to resolve this interpersonal conflict? I hope this
Exactly.
isn't too much for them to overcome and very easily, like in the last 30 seconds of the movie.
This is too scary for me. Will they find love? We should, this is another thing. We should make a series of movies that are holiday movies that follow these same tropes, but they all end in devastation at the end.
Just people crying and credits roll.
Exactly. Yeah. To that end, actually, let me try something here. Never mind. Okay. Stranger Hooves.
Mm, nice.
Yeah. I figured it would be a nice coming of age type story, except everyone's sexy centaurs. Then that's pretty much it. And they're not teenagers, so that would be
That's
weird.
yeah. That's the centauriest image of all so far.
Oh, I know. It turned out great, didn't
I like in the background, it's kind of like, is this Animorphs? Like,
it?
is he turning into a horse into a man?
Well, that's kind of what I thought at the beginning, where I was like, if it's a coming of age story, it's a coming of centaur story of people transforming into centaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens during puberty in this town is you turn into that.
Yeah, you're gonna get some horse transformations.
And here's the tricky part. You don't know if it's the top half or the bottom half. It's going to turn into the horse. It's roll the dice out here in
Yep.
um, what's this town called? Hoofwood. Yeah. So the premise of this show in the mythical town of Hoofwood, a secluded centaur-only community in the heart of a sprawling forest, a group of early 20 centaurs navigate the challenges of coming of age. Their lives are upended when a rip in the veil, an ancient barrier between their world and the shadowy nether realm, releases supernatural forces and forbidden desires. As they grapple with the mysteries of the veil and their own inner turmoil, their bonds deepen in ways they never expected, blending sensuality, power, and danger. This is where I really started to play up the sexy aspect.
Yeah. This does feel like a CW show or something, like get those teens all riled up.
Sexy teens.
Yeah.
Those damn sexy teens. Um, okay. So I actually did pretty good with the centaur stuff, I feel like, but I only got one centaur and the rest are horses. So, so what happens in the on the onset here is we have the rip. A mysterious earthquake shakes Hoofwood, revealing a glowing fissure deep in the forest. I don't know who Celine is. She's a lady, I think. Celine experiences a vision of the veil tearing, signaling the arrival of of shadowy creatures. The group uncovers the connection between the fissure and the ancient legends of their town, discovering that one of them holds the key to closing the veil. Relationships become heated as their emotions and desires intensify under the influence of the veil's strained energy. All of a sudden, the centaurs become horny. Calyx and Celine's unresolved tension reaches a breaking point, while Thorn and Lyra share unexpected moments of passion. The season ends with a massive confrontation in the fissure, where they barely manage to seal the rift, but Eric's betrayal leaves them questioning their trust. Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of these too, of people on horseback, but these two kind of look like centaurs, I feel like.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
That's very mysterious.
This is when they're closing the rift. So here's my favorite one. I'm going to save the best for last. And this is called the Stallion Games instead of Squid Games. Erotic survival thriller with intense psychological drama, mystery, and centaur-focused fantasy settings.
Sure.
What upset me most about this one is I have some really good centaurs back here, but the main protagonist here is notably not a centaur.
Yeah,
I
he's
tried
it's
though.
very light on the centaur.
And then they just gave up and had people on horseback here. So the premise of this one, oh, here we go. This is a great one. The premise here is in a dystopian world where centaur societies are divided by inequity and privilege. 456 centaur participants are lured into a mysterious high-stakes survival game with the promise of untold riches and freedom from their debts. However, the challenges aren't just life-threatening, they're deeply personal, sensual, and psychologically grueling, exploiting the player's desires, connections, and instincts to gain the upper hoof. See what I did there?
I see.
As alliances form and betrayals unfold, the lines between survival and seduction blur, forcing the centaurs to question how far they're willing to go for their lives and their passions. So those are my ideas for Netflix. Any feedback for me, Nathan? Oh, you're muted.
Ah, I think Netflix would be fools not to sign us up immediately. Start creating centaur-based shows for them.
Yeah. What do you think? Are they too sexy, not sexy enough, or just the right amount of sexy?
It's right in that line between sexy and too sexy, I guess.
Excessively sexy. All right. Well, that's all I had. Those are all my, I wouldn't say they're half-assed. I would say I used three-quarters of my ass on this.
It's a
Not
good
my
amount
whole
of
ass.
ass.
That's what I figured too. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, and I know, Nathan, you were saying you're having a hard time with the AI generating images of centaurs to make a video.
I was having a wildly difficult time.
Oh, shoot.
Um, I was trying to focus on one plan, and I was actually trying to make a full on like trailer for a movie.
Yeah.
But you need a bunch of images to be able to make that trailer, and I
Yeah.
could not get the images to work. So I can show you a couple of the failed attempts, and
Yes.
maybe read you what I have for what the trailer would look like, and you could use your mind's eye to imagine it.
Good. Yeah, I feel like what we're doing right now is like, those movies where they're trying to clone people and you see all like the big tanks of like the failed cloning experiments of like all the horribly distorted clones. I feel like that's what we're doing right now,
Yeah.
except centaurs.
Well, I assume Netflix will have the money to actually come up with the imagery, so
Yeah. Or not even make the imagery, but make an actual centaur through the through modern science and alchemy.
that's very possible.
Yeah.
I can't share my screen though, so
Oh, you're right. That's just me going mad with power again, Nathan.
it's a it's a heady mix of power and sexiness. All right, let's see. So my thought was I was going to make a 1980 sex comedy starring
Oh,
centaurs.
oh, good.
Um, so this is the first attempt at an image. So in the structure of the trailer, the opening scene is the nostalgic, lighthearted setup. So you've got a sunny college campus, a group of centaurs gallop across the quad, laughing and tossing footballs. Normal human students are annoyed by their antics. And the title card is "Welcome to Stiffshire University." Um, so this was the first attempt at AI to generate that, which I felt was a little too heavy on the 80s, and just some dude's leg and a horse. There was
The
another
horse
horse
appears to
coming
be
out of his butt.
backwards.
Yeah.
This is pretty great.
It's something.
It is troubling.
And I kept having to try again. And then it's like dudes riding horses. I was like, that's not quite what I'm going for. And then it was just horses. But you got some fairies floating around and stuff. So there's that.
I do like that. The human students are annoyed by their antics.
Yeah. Uh,
Centaur house.
that's a big part of it is that um And then the closest I got was, oh no, this is the most terrifying one.
Oh, Jesus.
The closest I
It's
got was that I was trying to use as a base, and I was like, "Hey, start with that one." Was this one where they're wearing jorts?
and that guy appears to be jumping over one of the buildings.
Yeah, I really struggled with the images. So
Yeah. I think this one is perfect, Nathan. Like
yeah,
this is art.
yeah. So the title card would then come up. Welcome to Stiffshire University.
Hmm.
So after I failed at generating the first image, like let's move on to the next. Which is the next shot is centaurs awkwardly squeezing into two small lecture halls, accidentally knocking over desks, and trying to navigate human-sized dormitories. And that's all it came up was there was a bunch of horses in class and horse-headed people. I was like, well, that's not what I asked for.
Well, they got the centaur part right, just the wrong part.
Kind of.
Like we didn't specify what part should be fish, the top or the I mean the horses, the top or the bottom.
Yeah.
I was thinking of mermaids.
Oh, there's mermaids.
Oh, sweet.
So then you have the voiceover in classic 80s movie style. They're half horse, but all party. Um, and then we have a series of shenanigans, like in a montage, sort of through the trailer here. So you have a toga party at the Centaur fraternity, complete with a mermaid sliding across a beer-soaked table, her tail flicking while she smiles seductively.
I like that.
Centaurs struggling to play basketball, their hooves clumsily dribbling the ball, and a satyr streaks across a quad, pursued by an irate Centaur RA. And at this point in the trailer is when we introduce the dean. The
Ooh.
uptight, frustrated dean addresses a group of professors. This is the worst batch of students we've ever had. If they don't shape up, Stiffshire University is doomed. Cut to the dean standing outside the Centaur house. He shakes his head angrily as fireworks explode inside. The front door bursts open, revealing a centaur covered in glitter and holding a keg.
Centaur house.
You gotta wait for that. That's
Okay.
we gotta edge people to get to the Centaur house, like because that's the money shot of the trailer.
Okay. Oh.
Centaurs racing each other across campus while pulling chariots loaded with mermaids screaming into light. This is just a series of rapid fire images. A Minotaur referee trying to control a chaotic, hoof heavy dodgeball game. The centaurs hide in the bushes while spying on a group of mermaids bathing in the lake.
Ooh. That's a little something for the grown-ups there.
Yeah. A centaur dramatically falling in love with a fairy, only to crush a gazebo under his weight during their date. The school mascot, a small, confused, fat Dutch boy, runs away as students chase it.
Wait, did you give it that direction or did AI come up with that?
That's the only part I actually wrote.
That's like that's genius. A small confused Dutch boy.
Fat Dutch boy.
I want to believe that it's like the fighting small confused fat Dutch boys and it's like on all the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, it's very good.
And then the chaos builds. The dean yells at a meeting, "This ends now." Cut to a dragon crashing through the library roof, breathing fire onto his paperwork. Mermaids start a sexy synchronized swimming routine in the campus fountains while centaurs gallop through a foam party. A centaur struggling to moonwalk on his hooves at a disco-themed party. A fairy accidentally enchanting the cafeteria food, causing a food fight with floating pies. A giant cyclops wearing a campus security shirt futilely tries to wrangle unruly centaurs. And then we finally reached the point of the trailer with the dean's breaking point. The dean, disheveled and covered in soot, stands in front of Centaur House as the roof literally catches fire. He shakes his fist and screams, "Centaur House!"
Yes, there it is.
But then he apparently adds, "I'm taking you down." And the centaurs gallop out, one shouting, "Not before we win the big campus race." And then the final montage, a centaur crashing through the finish line of a race, dragging the dean behind him in a chariot, a keg rocket launching into the air, exploding into glitter fireworks. The entire campus erupting into a massive dance party with centaurs, mermaids, satyrs, and even the dean reluctantly joining in. And then the closing
I'm
scene
all
is
right.
a freeze frame of the dean shaking his fist in slow motion as triumphant 80s synth music swells. Title card, half horse, full party.
My second favorite scene is the one where he crushes the gazebo on his date.
Yeah.
That was very good, Nathan.
So I apologize for not being able to adequately use AI to generate the images needed to bring my vision for this trailer into existence. So,
You know, I feel like the imagery in my head is more than enough for this. It was very
yeah,
nice.
the centaur, like I built the entire pitch around that image. So
It's so good. Now, tell me the inspiration for the school mascot.
yeah, it had him chasing a mascot. I don't remember exactly what it. I could probably look in. What did it come up with originally? Something less good. Um, Here it is. Oh no, wait, that's what I told it.
You know what I might do for next week is I might try and I've never made like video with AI before. So I might try that and see if I can make some video footage of the Christmas one. I feel like the Christmas one is my strongest one.
Yeah, I was excited to try a video myself because I haven't done it either. But
Yeah. I think you should run it through even if it looks bad and it's all mostly horses because it's funnier that way.
yeah.
And that could be part of our pitch to Netflix is we say, listen, this is as far as we were able to take it, given the limitations of our of AI. But we feel like with your investment, you can bring these sexy centaurs to life. We can just show the limitations of what we're able to accomplish with just our tools and resources.
So yeah, AI came up with a confused unicorn, and I was like, no, unicorn's not the right answer.
Yeah, no.
And so fat Dutch boy.
Fat, confused fat Dutch boy. The Fighting Dutch Boys. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to do in the week ahead, Nathan. I'm going to try and make a video. And it's going to be one of those things where hopefully Netflix sees the potential and takes pity on us and then pays us money to actually make the thing.
Yeah, we're doing this on like no budget, so
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they're going to see this and they're going to become aroused, whether they like it or not.
that's the Nathan and Elena guarantee. Involuntary
You will be
arousal.
aroused. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then we can send them an email next week.
Yeah.
This is another one where I have to be careful because I know people who have worked and do work at Netflix. So, um,
So
yeah, I might have
take
to
it
use
easy
it.
on the threats, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. Or double down since they know who I am. Um, yeah.
Well, I mean, we spent a long time looking at old movie monsters like vampires and werewolves and making them sexy. So sexy centaurs is really the next frontier for some enterprising young company like Netflix.
Exactly. Yeah. And we got it in there. So it's going to be great. All right. Well, Nathan, old friend, I'm going to go back to bed because I
Perfect.
overdid it as usual. But thank you for sharing your ideas with me. I feel like we've done a lot of good here. Um, yeah. So to all you out there, let me see if anybody's watching right now. If one weirdo's there. Oh, it's just me and you right now. I must have chased them away with our sexiness. Um,
They
so
just
for
couldn't
all of you
handle it.
watching, yeah, for all of you watching later, God bless.